Well, realistically, it's one of the craziest propositions of all time. He's constantly moving, and then punches are coming, and he loops punches around your guard, and he's constantly shifting his feet, and you think he's going to be there, and he's over here, and it's like this overload of thinking. It's not a casual, relaxed fight where you can kind of move around and get your groove, and he's going to stay on the outside, and you're going to... No, it's just constant.
For me, personally, I'm on a different level than everybody. And when it comes down to boxing, because Devin, he's a boxer.
Listen, we need to talk about something that's been keeping the boxing world up at night. And it's not another Jake Paul circus act or another celebrity boxing embarrassment. No, this is the real deal. The stuff that makes hardened champions check under their beds before going to sleep.
Terrifying human being. Terrifying. Every aspect of your senses at every moment. He's constantly moving, and then punches are coming, and he loops punches around your guard. This is like they're throwing insane money at people. They're throwing nutty sums of cash at people to make amazing fights happen. Like this has always been the hiccup in boxing, is that people don't want to fight certain people because they want to protect their record. The Saudis are like, how much?
Everybody's got a price.
Yeah, everyone's got a...
Joe Rogan, the man who's seen every fighting style under the sun and isn't easily impressed by anyone, has issued a warning so chilling it could freeze hell over.
Phenomenal, dominant performance. What do you think about that?
Man, he made it easy. I was saying, like, if Teo was to fight more on a back foot and throw punches when Shakur throws, that's the only time you're going to get Shakur. But Teo, he has a habit of getting out of position all the time. He'll double up his right hand, turn square, or turn southpaw. Like, that's not going to work, bro. You're not going to take up enough space to touch Shakur. Shakur's reflexes and his countering was just keeping Teo at bay. It was an easy night from round one for him. Shakur got the dub.
Excellent. Appreciate your time, brother.
Shakur Stevenson possesses a terrifying fighting style that's basically a nightmare wrapped in boxing gloves and dipped in technical perfection. We're talking about constant movement that makes you dizzy just watching, awkward looping punches that come up from angles you didn't know existed in three-dimensional space.
Made Teofimo look like a novice. I mean, that's how good he is. 120, 109, 108. I mean, just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Is that what you expected from Shakur? No?
I mean, listen, I expected an incredible performance, but I didn't expect it to be completely one-sided. I mean, he won every round, in my opinion. It like the golfing levels was phenomenal. And I said to Bud, like, going into 12, he could do 40 rounds, Shakur. Like, never out of control, footwork, timing, shot selection. I actually think he could have stopped Teofimo if he'd have stepped on him. Teofimo looked like frustrated, just obviously he was busted up to the face. He's a phenomenal fighter.
And rapid-fire combinations so fast, they should probably be illegal in most civilized countries. This isn't your grandfather's boxing. This is a technological marvel of human destruction. And elite opponents like Devin Haney are looking at this monster of a fighter like he's some kind of final boss they're not quite ready to face. But
he's a boxer. It's not like he's a stone cold killer who's just gonna go in there and try to knock me the out.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to outbox me. I'm the greatest boxer. How do you... So that's how I feel about the fight.
Yeah.
But it all gotta make sense from a business standpoint. I don't like getting up here and negotiating against myself. And,
for sure.
But for me, I'm willing to
But do you
make the
see
fight
it
happen.
as it being that could, like we always said, the Four Kings, even though you wasn't a part of it, the whole plot was like at the end of the road, there's gonna be two guys left standing, and that's the big fight. Do you see that as that's potentially what that could be?
I'm a bad motherfucker.
Yeah. You are. I ain't gonna lie.
At the end of the day, Devin Haney is a bad motherfucker in his own right, but when you say like two guys standing, there's only one guy with me, and that's me. Like, I don't see two guys, I don't see three guys. I used to, like, that was just...
Here's where things get absolutely bonkers, folks. Shakur Stevenson didn't just show up to prove Joe Rogan right. He went out and delivered a boxing clinic so devastating, so utterly dominant, that Teofimo Lopez probably still sees Shakur's jab in his sleep. We're talking about a unanimous decision victory that wasn't just a win. It was a masterclass, a doctoral dissertation in the sweet science, A performance so flawless it should be shown in boxing universities for the next 100 years.
If y'all want me to come to 147, I'm coming there with rehydration clauses. I don't even do that. But why am I going up to these guys' weight classes if I'm not planning on going there? So any of y'all want to fight me at 147?
Yeah, rehydration.
10 pounds.
10-pound rehydration.
That
like the IBF rule, basically.
You got to understand, that means on fight night, when we get in the ring, they're going to be 157, maybe 158.
Max.
No bigger than 160 that night.
Right.
I'm cool with that.
So if we could get it like, all right, like the IBF rule, 10-pound rehydration.
Yes, but think about it. If there's no rehydration clause, these guys going to get it up to 170 pounds.
Yeah, 175.
I'm in the 140s on fight night.
Yeah.
So if I'm 140, they 170. Bro, what am I in here wrestling around with these?
Right.
Stevenson didn't just beat Lopez. He captured the WBO junior welterweight title and became a 4-division world champion, cementing his place in boxing history before most people even know how to pronounce his name correctly. The performance was defined by elite ring IQ that would make Einstein jealous, tactical control that military generals would study, and near-flawless execution that had commentators running out of superlatives faster than Stevenson was running circles around his opponent.
Didn't want to take the chance to step in the ring with this fighter. He's great. A lot of people started saying, oh, he's a runner, he's this, he's that. Just to detour people from being excited to see him fight because he's not knocking people out and all that crazy stuff, but they would see why people really don't want to get in the ring with him come tomorrow.
I know you've shared the ring with him, sparring plenty of times. What makes Shakur Stevenson great? What makes him different? What makes him, I don't want to say an ilk of yourself, but in the same kind of era, the Bud Crawford era, he's got a Shakur Stevenson era coming.
Everything. The offense, the defense, the poise, the rhythm, the distance, the timing, the punch placement, the react time. Like, I can go on and on. You know, the toughness, the grit, the grind. Like, he's amazing, you know, and tomorrow he will show it.
How do you think it ends tomorrow night? Do you believe that Shakur Stevenson can stop Teofimo Lopez? Because people aren't really talking about that.
Listen, if T.O. get out of line, you know, he can get hurt. You know? But I see Shakur outboxing him to a decision.
This wasn't a fight. This was an artistic expression of violence so beautiful, it belongs in the Louvre next to the Mona Lisa. Now, you might think a fighter with this kind of resume would be humble, maybe play it cool.
147 thing, because it's like, okay, he's better than everybody at 135, 140. Sure. Nobody could beat him, so now we got to test him out at 147.
That's how.
Because he that good.
Yeah, but you know that though. That's the.
But tell me I'm that good then. Tell me I'm that good then.
Yeah.
If that's how y'all feel, tell me. I want to hear it.
Yeah, I like that. I will say yes, you are that good. And when people are that good, we want to see a resistance fight. That's all we saying, and that's what I thought Tio was gonna get, and we ain't get that.
Damn. Damn, y'all.
We gotta find another one.
I feel bad for y'all, because y'all gonna be waiting for the rest of my career. Like, God damn, we want to see some. It ain't gonna happen. The most y'all gonna ever get is a Zepeda. That was y'all best hope and chance at getting.
Act like he's just another hardworking athlete grinding his way to the top. But Shakur Stevenson? This man woke up and chose violence of the verbal variety because he's openly stated, with the kind of confidence that would make Muhammad Ali nod in approval, that he believes he is the greatest boxer in the sport right now. Not one of the greatest, not maybe the greatest, the greatest. And you know what? When you back it up like he does, when you dismantle opponents with the casual ease of someone solving a crossword puzzle over morning coffee, you've earned the right to say whatever you want.
I asked you about, obviously, whenever you're going to fight Haney, because I think we keep hearing about the negotiations falling through. Is that fight ever going to get made?
I would love for the fight to happen. Y'all can clearly see that I want the fight.
Yeah. Is what's off about it still the split?
I don't think that they want the fight to happen right now. Why would we fight this big risk fighter right now rather than wait a couple of years where we could make more money? But my only issue with it, right?
Yeah.
If that's the case, don't perpetrate. You talking big, but truth be told, you put me and him in a ring where nobody else could help him, there's nobody else that is gonna be able to fight for him, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Like, he know deep down inside that I'm the truth. That's what he know. He know he done been in the ring with me several times. Go ask him, like really ask him and tell him to be honest about me as a fighter. You'll really hear how he talk. Honestly, I think he's a good fighter, but I think
Stevenson is so confident in his abilities that he's publicly declared he can outbox Devin Haney, one of the most technically sound fighters in the game, and he's not whispering it in dark corners, he's shouting it from the rooftops. But here's the kicker that shows this man isn't just talk. He's expressed willingness to fight at 147 pounds, moving up in weight class like it's nothing, provided a rehydration clause is included to ensure competitive balance. That's not just confidence. That's the kind of swagger that legends are made of, the kind of attitude that separates pretenders from contenders and transforms good fighters into immortal icons.
Shakur's resume and look at my resume. Who's brought the tougher opposition, me or him? And 25% would have been, bigger than all his fights put together he made.
All put together?
Put together.
Were you shocked that he said no?
Yeah, ego, made him say no. His ego and the people around him. Kambosos offered me the 22% and the 2 fights to go to Australia and to go sign with a different promoter and to, get the vaccine and go do this and do that. Now that I'm the champion and I'm giving somebody the offer to make more money than they ever made in their life, put together in all their fights, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. See, when I fought Kambosos, it wasn't for all the money. I was fighting for the same money that I was already making. I know that I could beat him. I know that once I win, I'm gonna be able to call the shots and make all the money myself. So now it's that time. And
The praise for Stevenson's skills doesn't just come from internet keyboard warriors or casual fans who can't tell a jab from a job application. Joe Rogan, who has literally forgotten more about fighting than most people will ever know, has repeatedly praised Stevenson's speed, skill, and boxing intelligence with the kind of enthusiasm usually reserved for discovering a new species or witnessing a miracle.
Conor Ben, there's a lot of fights that Shakur can be involved in and beat all these dudes, man. Beat all of them. Has a chance of beating all of them, right? And solidifying, his mark in the sport. Being, the great of his generation. When Crawford left, I told y'all that, Shakur was the next guy on the throne. And I truly wholeheartedly still believe that. I know there's guys that has worked with Shakur in the past that swear up and down. Oh, shoot, I even forgot Murataya. Murataya is there too. Guys like Andy Cruz. I mean, there's a lot of talented guys that people respect that Shakur has the ability to freaking challenge. Man, now imagine him fighting all those guys and putting that on his resume, man. We talking about legendary status. We talking about Mount Rushmore type of stuff, because, all these guys are the elite guys of this generation and people respect them. And if Shakur was to beat them, he's going to definitely make his mark heavy in the sport and become extremely popular, even more popular than what Terence Crawford is right now, and I feel like Shakur can be that face of American boxing that, we've always had. We have Floyd Mayweather. I think he can be as popular as Floyd Mayweather, if not more popular than Floyd Mayweather, so I don't know, man. Guys, tell me what you think. Am I tripping? But there's a lot of potential matchup for
Rogan's gone on record saying he believes Stevenson would outbox opponents, even without contractual advantages, which is basically the fighting equivalent of saying someone could win a race with one leg tied behind their back. But wait, there's more. Terence Crawford. Yes, that Terence Crawford, the pound-for-pound king who makes grown men cry, has echoed this sentiment, highlighting Stevenson's complete skill set that reads like a video game character with maxed out stats. Offense, defense, rhythm, timing, punch placement, and reaction speed, all operating at superhuman levels. It's like
Shakur Stevenson is a first-class fighter, and I don't think it's going to make any difference that he give the title up because of weight difference. He just go to the next division and win that title as well.
How could Shakur beat him if he can't hurt him? That would be my question.
Listen, You don't have to hurt him, you just have to outscore him. You know, Shakur takes a good shot, though. You know, he's a specialist. That's why some fights that he doesn't look good in, because he's so superior. And it's boring watching sometimes. But he's a specialist. He knows.
Masterpiece, man. He looked so smooth, calm, and relaxed, man. That was beautiful. That was the one boxing lesson that you future guys, young guys and amateurs just turning pro, watch that, man. That was beautiful. You heard his father say in the corner, what happened to your fast hands? That shit didn't work, man.
So overall, like, just given the styles and in boxing so well, like, was there any way that Teo could have put on a better performance, a better plan, and gotten a better result?
No, I don't think whatever he would have brought to the table would have worked, man. Shakur just got a great boxing mind. That's just it. He's got a great boxing mind, and once he put his mind to it, he's gonna get the job done.
What is it gonna take to beat someone like him?
I don't know, Brian. Probably want to stay away from that kid, man.
Yeah.
The statistics. Someone took every great attribute from every great boxer in history, put them in a blender, and out came Shakur Stevenson. And if you're wondering whether Stevenson agrees with these assessments, well, buckle up, Buttercup, because he absolutely does. Stevenson himself believes his talent and technical ability clearly separate him from fighters at 135 and 140 pounds. And when the greatest fighters of this generation are co-signing your greatness, maybe it's time we all start paying attention. But here's where the drama gets juicier than a reality TV show finale. Because despite all this talent, despite all this praise, despite the fact that Shakur Stevenson is basically walking around as a human cheat code, he still hasn't fought Devin Haney. Why? Money, baby. Cold, hard cash. According to Stevenson, a fight with Devin Haney has not materialized due to financial disagreements that would make Wall Street brokers blush. He maintains that the money offer did not reflect the magnitude of the matchup. And honestly, when you're talking about potentially the most skilled boxing match of the decade, can you blame the man for wanting to get paid accordingly? This isn't selling lemonade on the corner. This is putting your undefeated record, your reputation, and your physical well-being on the line against another elite fighter. But Devin Haney has pushed back on that narrative harder than he pushes opponents against the ropes, claiming Stevenson made a mistake by turning down the deal and arguing that the proposed purse split would have been Stevenson's biggest payday to date. It's a he said situation that's got fight fans more divided than a political debate at Thanksgiving dinner. And honestly, both fighters might have valid points. But here's the thing. When two fighters this skilled can't come to terms, the only real losers are the fans who want to see greatness clash against greatness in the squared circle. The hype around Stevenson isn't just coming from fighters and podcasters, though. Timothy Bradley Jr., a man who knows a thing or two about elite-level boxing, having been in there with Manny Pacquiao and countless other legends, has praised Stevenson's defensive mastery, technical precision, and elite boxing IQ with the kind of reverence usually reserved for talking about boxing's Mount Rushmore. Bradley's not just saying Stevenson is good, he's suggesting this young man has all the tools needed to become the next face of boxing, which is basically saying he could be the guy who brings casual fans back to the sport and reminds everyone why boxing is called the sweet science. But Bradley didn't stop there. Oh no, this man went full profit mode and suggested Stevenson could surpass Terence Crawford in popularity and potentially rival or even exceed the mainstream appeal of Floyd Mayweather. Let that sink in for a second. Floyd Mayweather, the man who made more money than some small country's GDP. The man who turned boxing into must-see TV even for people who had never watched a fight before. Bradley is suggesting Shakur Stevenson could reach those heights. And when you watch Stevenson dismantle opponents with the kind of technical brilliance that makes boxing purists weep tears of joy, you start to think maybe Bradley isn't crazy after all. So here we are standing at the precipice of something monumental. Shakur Stevenson isn't just another talented boxer. He's a phenomenon, a generational talent who combines the defensive genius of Floyd Mayweather, the technical brilliance of Pernell Whitaker, and the confidence of Muhammad Ali into one devastating package. The praise from Joe Rogan, Terence Crawford, Timothy Bradley Jr., Mike Tyson, and Eddie Hearn isn't hype. It's a warning to the entire boxing world that a new king is ascending to the throne, and he's not asking for permission. Whether he gets the fights he deserves, whether the money situation gets resolved, whether he eventually faces Haney or moves up to challenge even bigger names, one thing is absolutely certain. Shakur Stevenson is terrifying, he's brilliant, and he's just getting started. The boxing world better get ready because this masterpiece performance against Lopez was just the opening act. The main event is going to be absolutely spectacular.